welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and like this video. And if you're an old friend of ours, welcome back for another one of my dolly videos. So as promised, I am back today with a details video of Adrian Davis. I have been communicating with his artist, Miss Kat Johnson of Cat Creations, Silicones, and Reborns, and we had just been talking about the comparison between Adrian and Courtney, my other reborn baby adopted from the same artist, and she was just sharing with me some of the different style of painting that she has been experimenting with. So hopefully if this video isn't too long, I can put them side by side and see if you guys notice any difference. But she did go over with me and talk about the trends in reborn doll painting and what people are liking these days. And she did tell me that the shading contrast on Adrian is a lot less noticeable than the contrast on Courtney. So overall, I am excited for artists to always experiment and expand on their skills. So I'm going to get Adrian undressed and we're going to take a look at him. Alright you guys, so here we are with Adrian Davis and he's all undressed. And bear with me because I did turn the automatic focus on this time with the camera. So hopefully you guys can see the details when I'm moving around. So he has the usual doe suede body that's stuffed with polyfill and all the good stuff, and you can see he has the gathered chest, which just helps with the posing and how clothes fit. He also has the gathered tushy at the back, which gives him a little bit of a butt when he has his diapers on. He's just so cute. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so I guess I'll start at the bottom here on his legs and feet. And if you guys have been around on my channel, you guys are kind of familiar with Kat Johnson's painting. Like I mentioned earlier, she has a contrast between her shading and the base color, which I really like. Her painting is just smooth, a real gradient of color. I don't see a whole lot of modeling and splotches or really noticeable veins or anything. Her painting is really a smooth gradient of color, and I find that it's just unique to her, and I really like how she does that. Here are Adrian's little toesies. So tiny and cute, but you can still see the shading of the nail beds really well, and the tips, even though they're so tiny, I can still see wrinkles in his feet. He does have like a little bit of a bluish undertone on the bottom of his feet, just like you naturally see with new babies. These nails are just awesome. It looks so realistic to me. So yeah, so you won't see too much modeling with her work, at least at this point in time, and I'm fine with that. I just like how she has the contrast in the shading. So here's his little hands. I just love the fingernail beds, the way she did it, where it's like darker at the base of the nail. So hopefully the camera focuses up so you guys can see. It just makes it look so natural and realistic. His palms of his hands and the arm creases and everything are painted very similar to the legs and the rest of his body. Those little nails, just so cute. And of course, the face. loved how she painted these lips. It's a little bit different from what I've seen as far as his top lip shape, but it really works well with this sculpt, and I really like it. Even though he has dark hair, his brows are pretty baby fine, and so are his lashes. But I can see more blushing and mottling in the face versus the other parts of the body. I'm going to turn his head to the side so we can look at his ears. And yeah, so that is pretty much his painting. I can see a difference between him and Courtney. Courtney has a really high contrast with her shading, which I love. And I really think it all depends on the sculpt. Like, whatever you feel as you're painting it, just let the baby kind of come alive. I mean, I'm not a Reborn artist, I can't say, but I know when I'm working on certain art projects, they kind of take a feel of their own, you know? So, I'm not too picky about it. Some collectors don't like the high contrast of shading with the base color, some do. I know previous artists, I can't think of their names right now, but some have really, really dark shading and contrast with really light skin tones, and I never was a fan of that much contrast with the shading. But I like Kat's work. So I don't know if I'm biased or not, but I think she does it really well. So now let's get a look at all this beautiful head of hair. And I know it's probably dark. His hair is pretty close to black, but it is so soft, you guys. It is mohair. As far as I know, it's mohair. It's not human hair. And he has his little swirl here, and his hair is curly. Right now it's just kind of fuzzy all over his head because I've been taking his clothes on and off and it got a little messed up. But his hair is curly. It may look straight in some spots, but with a spritz of conditioner water mixture, it'll curl right back up. So I love this hair. You can kind of comb it straight or toss a little bit to get the curls back. Pretty versatile. And like I mentioned in his box opening, this baby was planned to be a girl by the artist, but I saw all boy, especially with this hairline. He does have some little baby hairs on the hairline that I could comb down and kind of make it look more girly, but it just looks like a boy to me, and I'm pretty happy about it because I very rarely see boys when I'm adopting babies or looking at blank sculpts. So I'm really happy to have another little boy, but his hair is just amazing, you guys. Just amazing. So I'm going to turn him over just so we can see him at a back view. That head looks so realistic. You can get a better look at his butt. This is probably my favorite part about these Toesies bodies, is the gathering on the seams that they make. And of course, this sculpt is by Joanna Kashmirzak. You can see her signature on the back of the doll sculpt neck. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Adrian doesn't have any surprise birthmarks or baby scratches or anything like that. I don't believe Kat does that sort of thing when she's making a made-to-sell baby. If you're ordering a custom, I'm pretty sure she will do birthmarks and stuff like that. But usually on her made-to-sell babies, I have not discovered any special little birthmarks or baby scratches or any milk bumps on the face. Her painting is really smooth gradient of color, And yeah, her focus is more on the color, and not so much showing veins and other details like that. Her focus is definitely on the color and the texture of the skin. So I'm curious to see what other style she comes up with. When I did talk to her, I did say that darker, deeper skin tones is really something people are after. And if you can achieve that without having the skin tone be like ashy or cool toned gray, that's definitely something to work on. Kat actually messaged me and asked my opinion, so I gave it to her. Other than that, I would have kept my mouth closed. But I have noticed in the past with her darker skin tone dolls that the brown wasn't a warm tone brown, and all African American skin tones are like a brown, warm tone brown, and hers was more cool tone, more olive tone. So I told her about that, and she recognizes that as well in her own work, so that's great. And she's been working on it, so I really appreciate the fact that she sought out my opinion, and she wants to learn and improve however she can. And that's great, because a lot of artists can be not really open to criticism, especially if you're not another Reborn doll artist and you're just a collector. Which in certain stands, I mean, it's kind of like if you're not playing the game, you don't have an opinion. But when you're collecting, yeah, I do think your opinion matters, because you're the one who's going to be investing your money in their artwork. So as long as everybody can be respectable in sharing their opinions on the artwork, I think it's worth having those conversations. So I'm really hoping Kat can achieve those darker, richer, warm brown skin tones for her babies. Because right now, as far as AA goes, it's kind of the same biracial skin tone, which I love. I've had darker babies before, and Trevor right now is the darkest one that I have. But I hadn't really had any like in between brown skin tone dolls. So I'm happy. I'm happy with him. Really happy with him, but I'm also excited to see what skin tone she comes with later on. So that is it for little Adrian Davis's details. And if you're still sticking around, I am about to get him dressed. So I guess you can call this his first outfit changing as well. I got a little knit cardigan sweater picked out and some cute dino themed outfit pieces. So let's get started.